I am Rob Van Norden. I'm the executive producer of the Expendables 4, and we're here now in Greece shooting with our main unit on the third day, I believe, of our Greek shoot. I think my first thought was it's about time. I think it's a movie that's been in the pipeline for a long time with Millennium. Obviously, they started this franchise with Sylvester Stallone and Kevin King and Avi Lerner, and this goes back to 2009 is when we shot the first one. So that kind of kicked off the whole franchise, and there was a lot of excitement at the time about this, and we all knew, I think, even very early on, that this was going to be a franchise, that this had the potential for longevity. And there's been a bit of a gap between the third one and the fourth one, mostly because of actor schedules, which was always has been and probably always will be the challenge of movies like this. There's so many stars in the film, and getting them to align is part of the challenge. Yeah, I think a lot of it's going to be in some of the vehicle stuff and the motorcycle stuff, the car chases. I mean, we have a lot of great. There's some great fight scenes in this movie, but the stuff that excites me personally is really some of the stuff that we're seeing with the vehicles. There's some motorcycle stuff that's being done by professional stunt guys that are also well-known daredevils. I mean, they're doing stuff that no one else on the planet can do, just about. I mean, the level of skill required for some of the more specific action beats that we're doing. I mean, we're bringing in guys, from other countries because they're basically the only ones who are capable of doing it. So when you see CGI can get you a lot, it can really get you a lot. But when you see someone doing a stunt in real life with the real bike and the real thing on the real set, and there's no computer, stuff, that can't be faked. It literally can't be faked. The audience sees it, the audience feels it, and I think there's a few moments in this movie where we have stuff that people will just go, how did they do it? And the answer will be, someone actually did it, and the only way we got someone to do it is because we found one of the few guys on the planet who can. So I think I love that on a personal level. I love to see work of a super high quality being done because I've never seen it, and that's the whole beauty. I mean, you have the familiarity of the franchise, you have the familiarity of the action, and then you have these moments in it that are unfamiliar, that take you over and above what you've ever seen before, and you go, whoa, holy cow! Those are the moments that you really want to shine in the movie. Yeah. Our stunt guys have a relationship with Robbie, and they were showing the producers and the director some of the stuff that he's done as not just as a stunt guy, but as an actual daredevil in Vegas and that kind of stuff. And again, he's done stuff that no one else has ever done. And even to watch it, you go, that's insane. You can't believe a human being did that and lived. And yeah, we're bringing Robbie out to work on this, to do the same kind of thing. We'll have more safety precautions than the good people of Las Vegas had, because it's a movie, and no one should ever get seriously injured making a movie. But we're still doing it. These are big stunts. This is big action, and watching Robbie do that stunt is going to be, I hope, a highlight of this film. I mean, first and foremost is just energy. Scott's a very positive influence on the set. He doesn't get bogged down with details. He charges ahead. I think the actors really hold on tight to that energy that he brings to it. Again, he's bringing an enormous amount of experience from his action background. But also, I mean, he's not just an action guy. I mean, that has been the forte, and that is his background. But he has a way with the actors. He's very personable. He's very trustworthy. They know that he's looking out for them. They know that he is going to make them look good. And that trust, that knowledge, it's invaluable. And it changes the whole dynamic of a movie, because without it, you're sunk. And with it, you'll get performances, you'll get energy out of people, not just the cast, but the crew as well, that you didn't know was there, and it does end up on it does end up on camera. It's one of the biggest locations. I think there's really two major locations in the movie. One is Libya, which is where the steel factory is mostly taking place. It's playing as a few other bits too, but mostly it's our opening in Libya, which is a huge action sequence with cars and tanks and all kinds of crazy stuff, and wild stunts and all that. And the other major location of this movie is the boat itself, the Gintara, and that is also in Greece, and that is a set build. It's a 112-meter set that we built at the land that we purchased, our studio purchased, in order to really facilitate our entry into Greece and to really bolster the Greek film industry, which is what we're trying to do. And we used that land to build this enormous, again, 112 meters of an aircraft carrier, a 4-story bridge in the middle of it. We've got, I think, 7 cranes, 9 scissor lifts, I want to say 180 light panels, dozens and dozens of huge lights, more cherry pickers and scissor lifts and Manitous and forklifts. I mean, it's Disneyland out there. We have really engaged that place, and that's what it takes to make a movie of this size, to make it look, the way we need it to look, to play in the Hollywood theatrical world. We had to go all out, and that's the location where you see it the most, I think. I hope they have fun with it. I think it's meant to be a fun movie. I think it's meant to be, the familiarity of the franchise is there, and I think it's fun. That kind of familiarity is pleasing to people. But to use that familiarity, and again, to slightly pivot it and go in a slightly new direction, and watch these characters grow and change, and again succeed and fail. I think that's a lot of fun, and I think that's I think the progression of this story as a continuation of the rest of the franchise really gives it a chance to really take off into a whole new level that this franchise hasn't seen yet, and I think that's possible.
Fantastic.
Thanks, everybody.